Holy cow. Hey everybody, welcome to Guitar Hunter. I'm Jeremy. I'm the Guitar Hunter, and this video is about a guitar brand I know nothing about. I have such low expectations for what this thing is. If you've watched this channel for a long time, you know me. I chase old guitars. I love talking about vintage guitars and bringing old things back to life. But somewhere along the way, 7 years ago when I started making this YouTube channel, I had no plan to make guitar reviews. But somehow along the way, it's just started to matter what my opinion is and what my preference is and what my first impressions are of acoustic guitar brands. And so there are all of these brands that reach out. They send me emails and they say, hey, we have this guitar we sell on Amazon. We'd love for you to check it out. Can we send you one? And please post a full-time or like a full-length video on that guitar. I've resisted doing that because I don't want to put my name. Ever since there was a brand that used my first review in a way that really wasn't what I was actually saying, I've been hesitant. But this brand reached out and they were super persistent. So this video is about Bromo guitars. They sent me a guitar. I don't know what to expect. I know what I think I expect. And I think this is going to be just like a cheapy under $500 guitar from an Amazon seller that'll just show up to you in a box, not in tune, not nothing. So let's, I hope I'm wrong, but that's just what I'm coming into it with. So with all that said, I'm Jeremy. This is Guitar Hunter. Please subscribe if you like guitars, if you like videos, if you like hanging out. Those are things that we do here. So make sure you subscribed, like, and please share this with your guitar playing friends. There is a gig bag. Oh, what's this thing? There is an all solid wood BZ S1, a guitar stand. That's cool. We'll open that up here in a second. Okay. Here comes the guitar. All right. There is a gig bag. All righty. Inside this gig bag is a guitar. Hey, it's wrapped up. All right. Medium quality gig bag. Nothing crazy, but kind of better than I would expect, but not amazing. Ooh, what? Hold on. There's a freaking lone wolf. Ow! Look at this. Oh, gosh, look at. Okay, all right. We are already off to the races. This is so much cooler than I thought it was going to be. Whatever I thought this thing was going to be, it is not. There's a big old maple guitar. Holy cow. What? That is not. Okay. Man, whatever I thought this thing was going to be, it isn't. Ooh. Cool giant jumbo. This is a big old J200-y kind of thing. Okay, it's almost in tune. Holy moly. Okay, I'll just react to this thing as I look at it. Okay, big, gaudy, lots and lots of abalone. Let me come in. I'll pull in closer. Okay, so this guitar, big abalone here on the headstock, kind of a Gibson-ish. It's pretty clear what they're going for with this guitar. Gold tuners on the back. Ooh, interesting. There's like a layered neck, and then there's a splice up here, so these don't go. Anyway, sorry, this is very ADD, but big spruce top on this guitar, natural maple on the back and sides. Hey, there's some holes in the bracing too. All right, let me get a closer look at this thing. The neck is big and comfy. That's a big C-shaped, U-shaped neck. Very Guild kind of feeling in the neck. Abalone is everywhere. There's a gold strap on back here, and there's a pickup. This is not the guitar I thought it was going to be. And that's very exciting. That's very cool. So let's hear how this thing sounds. What the heck? All right, now some finger picking stuff. I feel like a broken record. I mean, I've said it. Whatever I thought this guitar, I've said this, I think the third time I've said it. Whatever I thought this guitar was going to be, it is not. All right, well, this is the Bromo. This is the BAN7E. This is a full-size, solid top jumbo. So let's run through some specs real quick. Solid Sitka spruce, ebony bridge, ebony fingerboard, abalone inlays, 1 3/4 nut width, 44.5 millimeter nut width on this guitar. Howling at the moon, that wolf there on the headstock. That's the thing that blew my mind. I didn't see that coming. Then it's got a very Gibson style. I mean, everything about this guitar, you can clearly tell where the inspiration comes from on this guitar. This pickguard has very much a kind of that cool country western kind of look from a Gibson style guitar. Inlays on the bridge here, and then beautiful maple on the back and sides. I am a huge fan. I really, really love maple for the back and sides. The last thing that should be said is there's a bone nut, bone saddle, really nice gold tuners. I mean, this thing, I can see what's happening. Brands that are not known get to make better guitars, but because they don't have that brand recognition, it reveals that most of what you end up paying for in expensive guitars is the name on the headstock. It's a bitter and sad reality. So this guitar, man, the specs and the tone and the playability are great. It's way better than I thought. I think this is like a $700 guitar. I'll put the exact price up here. Now that price is changing, but as of the time of this video in September, the end of September of 2025, that's where the price is. But this guitar, man, it doesn't sound like a guitar of this price point. The things that are good about this guitar, the fit, it's really well made. It's very comfortable. The side of the fretboard here, I'll scoot the camera out so you can see a little bit more of what I'm doing with the guitar. So the sides of the fretboard are rolled. The fretwork is really well done. It's really, really comfortable to play. The maple binding, that's an expensive and nice feature. Now, sometimes it gets a little bit lost on a maple body, but with the black perf lining and with the other pieces of binding that give you more contrast, that white, black, back to white maple is really good, and it doesn't get lost as much as sometimes it can. Things that I find good about this guitar, Gosh, it's so... It sounds great. Has this big maple woofy thing that is so wonderful. I love maple guitars. I have a signature model with N.E. Wright, and so the WJS is that model. That's flame maple back and sides like this guitar. It adds this level of just like powerful low end and bass that if you're a singer-songwriter, if you're a guitar player that is a little more atmospheric, it's just great. Now, where this guitar really sets itself apart is that it is not so bitey. Sometimes maple is harsh and it's punchy, and so it's percussive and loud and in your face. This is much more sonorous. That's a word that I've been stuck on the last little bit in my guitar thoughts, my guitar writing. When I say sonorous, I mean it is mellow and it has this winsome characteristic that it invites you to pay attention to it. It's not graining. It's not grating or intense or percussive. It just is warm and articulate and close. It draws people in. I hope that makes sense. Guitar, man, it's so much better than I thought it was going to be. Now, it's not perfect, so let's talk about the things that I wish that it had, that it doesn't, or the things that I don't like about this guitar. Number one, I think this guitar suffers from the same problem that a lot of Blue Ridge guitars suffer from. I think that this guitar is just it just has too much abalone on it. Like it's a little distracting. And I mean, come on, I love the one-man wolf pack that this guitar is. But if I had to critique one thing, that's what I would say. I would say that overall, I think there's probably too much abalone on this guitar for me, but I'm not everybody. And the gold hardware. I don't love gold hardware, and that's fine, whatever. I wish it had a pickup that came out of the strap button, not a separate compartment. Now, there's a benefit to having a separate compartment. You can have the battery accessible right here on the side of the guitar. But what I find is if you're playing a guitar like this, and if you're playing, let's say, in a live situation, and you have the strap coming out of the end pin, or you have the cable coming out of the end pin and you step on it, it's much less likely to damage or break the guitar or come unplugged, especially if you loop it through the strap of your guitar first. But if it's not coming out here and then it has to go get plugged in there, worst thing is you're just going straight from the plug here down to the ground and you step on it and it unplugs and then you have as you're trying to plug it back in. That's the worst case scenario. Actually, the worst case scenario would be if you trip on it and it pulls it, if it pulls it at an angle. Because this is, yes, it's a metal jack, but it's anchored into plastic. And so this is the one techie thing I would probably change on this guitar. But I understand, I mean, the Sonotone is a good sounding pickup and a lot of people really like it. So I'm probably in the minority there. So we did it. We made it through the things that I didn't like about this guitar. If you're looking for a great exciting guitar under $1,000. This is a cool option I didn't know existed 25 minutes ago when I started filming this video. This guitar, I mean, if you want a J200, this is so cool, and it's big and boisterous. It's not overly heavy. It's really comfortable to play, has a rosewood fingerboard, under $1,000. I might hang on to this one. I just think it's so comfy and cool, and it's really beautiful to look at. And gosh, the lone wolf, the one-man wolf pack is so cool. So thanks to Bromo for sending me this. Now, this is a paid review, so they're paying for my time, and they gave me this guitar. But I hope you understand that that doesn't change. I'm a terrible liar, so this does not change my opinion. They're paying for my time. They're not paying for my opinion. But I'm really surprised with this guitar, and I think it's cool, and it's exciting, and I couldn't be upset if I spent this amount of money for a guitar like this. Solid spruce top, beautiful maple back and sides, abalone over it, cool fingerboard inlays, a pickup that sounds good. Man, I mean, what more could you want? So thanks for watching this video. I'm Jeremy. This is Guitar Hunter, and I hope you go and fill the world with music and friendship. We need it more than ever. We need music. We need friendship. We need people just actively optimistic that the world is a better place with all of us in it and working with each other. So thanks, everybody. I'll see you later.